hate it all. Every one of them. Do what's good for the Empire, they say. Make your father proud. But what about what's good for me? What about making myself proud? They're all useless. Every noble in that stuffy ballroom can go drown themselves for all I care. Who's there? I will have you know that spying on someone is quite rude and... Oh, it's you. Of course I know who you are. It's sort of my job to know who everyone is. You're the newly appointed Duke of Ashelad, are you not? Condolences on your father's early passing. You witnessed me in such a pathetic state. Forgive me. I didn't intend for your first impression of the Crown Princess to be that. Oh, drop the formalities. I think my honor has been fully sullied already. Calling me your Imperial Highness won't save me now. Quite perceptive, aren't you? You are correct. I don't believe I need saving either. Anyway, how come you aren't inside the palace enjoying the ball like the rest of the nobility? Same reason I am? Whatever could you mean? So, you also have family expectations you do not wish to abide by. That's interesting. I definitely did not expect that of you. What do I mean by that? Well, you are the newly appointed head of your household. I would think that you would be in more control of your fate than even I am. That isn't true. All right, Duke. You've piqued my interest. Come sit beside me. I would like to hear of this. Oh, I get it. Since you're young and have inherited quite a bit of power, many of your relatives are waiting for you to fumble so they can take that power for themselves. It's quite a common thing for young heirs. I guess we are more alike than I realized. How? Well, we are both figures people admire, and yet we are the only ones who realize how many burdens that authority and luxury brings. We're basically pawns in this place, held to ridiculous standards that we never agree to. How about we be friends? Don't give me the silent treatment. You heard me correctly. I want to be friends with you. Why? Do I need a reason? I'm the princess and you are the duke. Do you not believe we are people who can relate to each other well enough to call ourselves companions? That's more like it. So, friend, I have a quick favor to ask of you. Be my fiancé. You heard me correctly. Now that we are friends, don't you believe we should help each other out? You need to protect yourself from your relatives. And as it so happens, I need a way to reject a stuck-up and an arrogant-ass's marriage proposal. Who is he? Is that what matters now? Well, it was Count Blake. Wow, I've never heard such colorful language come out of a noble's mouth before. I'm guessing there's bad blood between you? Quite interesting, considering. You'll do it? This is a mutual agreement, and I don't want you to do this merely to get back at Count Blake. It's not because of that? Then why? You want to protect me from the Count? Really? Well, sure, I know I said we were friends, but you can't just grab someone's hand like that. Where are we going? To the palace? You're much more ambitious than I thought you'd be. You're right. What's the point of moping outside when I've got myself a perfect fiancé to show off to the court? I'm getting used to the fiancé thing quickly. Well, you're the one who grabbed my hand and began running towards the palace, so I didn't exactly have time to take it slow. Well, we're here. Are you ready for this? Then let's do this. Is that the princess on top of the staircase? Who's that cutie with her?
Gossiping is unbecoming for a lady. That is the Duke of Ashlad. Daisy, it would do good for you to understand that.
Yes, brother. May I call on the attention of the nobility of the Hibuan Empire? I would like to make an announcement. I have been officially engaged to this man right here. Duke Ashlad has agreed to my proposal, and we are to be wed soon. As we have fallen in love, I am rejecting the proposal of Count Blake.
What? He's the leader of the nations! That may be so, but he is the Duke.
Seems like the princess has a mind of her own.
What did the Emperor say to this?
As if it matters. His Imperial Majesty will listen to Princess Kyoko no matter what. Hell, he'd give her half the empire if she wished it.
Shall we go down, fiancé? I'm sure you would want to see Count Blake's face for yourself. Yes, let's. You all may continue.
Your Highness, congratulations on your engagement. Same to you, Your Grace.
Thank you, Lord Trey. Your congratulations are well received.
Thank you. I was wondering what was your sudden reason for this arrangement with Duke Ashlad. I was convinced you were to be wed to the Count.
Yes, it is as my fiancé has said. We fell in love. It couldn't really be helped. Now, if you'll excuse us, I've been feeling lightheaded and my fiancé is quite protective.
Of course, Your Highness. Your Grace.
I guess that must have caught you off guard. You don't seem like someone who's been to many balls. You carried yourself with grace, though. You're already part emperor. Am I actually going to marry you? I can see why you would assume this whole thing would be set up as if it were a contract. But why do we have to limit ourselves? Come over here. Look at the stars. They're beautiful, aren't they? This world is ours to live in. The sky is our stage. I don't believe we need to limit ourselves to the ground. Who knows what the wind will bring? Who knows what stars will shine in the days to come? Anything can happen. And who knows, Duke Ashlad? Maybe, just maybe, I could fall in love with you. Yeah, I agree. It is quite interesting. The sudden turn everyone in court had at the news of our, how did she say it? Passionate and romantic love story. You know me well enough now. I am only jesting. But, in all seriousness, you handled all of it quite well. As the princess, I can quite easily turn them away. But you managed to speak to them all and even strengthen your position. They all saw you as an easy target, but they are finally realizing what I have known since the moment I met you. Well, of course, you're finally realizing just how capable you are. You know, when I told my father I would be marrying you instead of Count Blake, I thought he would at least try to talk me out of it. But he didn't. He just simply nodded. He had said that you had many traits of your father, and that you would make a fine addition to the imperial family. Well, you are that great? Maybe I shouldn't tell you these things. Can't have you getting a big ego now, though it wouldn't be unwarranted. You really appreciate me? Well, just know that I think just as highly of you. We are friends before anything, and I really have a lot of fun spending time with you. Well, I'm glad you feel the same. Oh, you know what we should do? Well, since it is our wedding tomorrow, and once you're crowned prince, you'll have to deal with a lot of duties, we should have some fun on our last night. Just one last night of freedom. I heard there's a festival in town. We have to go. What do you say? Wow, your wish is my command? What a line. Where'd you hear that one from? No, it isn't that I don't like it, well, never mind. There's a portal up in the magic tower, nobody goes near it during night. Come on, let's go. Nobody will even notice we're gone. Come on, keep up. If you lag behind, I'll let go of your hand. What's with the sudden speed? You really don't want me to let go, huh? We're here. I don't think anyone is here other than us, but we can never be sure, so shh. The mage seems to be here, but thank goodness he's asleep. Follow me. Be quiet. Okay, let's jump in. I'll teleport us close to the festival. Just keep holding my hand. Seems I've teleported us in an alleyway close to the festival. Perfect. My spell might have woken up the mage, but we won't exactly be there for him to find us. What's wrong? It's just your hair. Have you never teleported before? Well, that explains it. People who haven't ever used a portal tend to come out a bit disheveled.
Hey, look! Look at that guy's hair!
A new style or something.
I'm sorry. I'll help you with that. Oh, we'll also need these. Yes, hoods. I don't believe the public will know the face of the illustrious yet secretive Duke, but I've been out in public before. I would love for them to see us together, but not like this. Here, put it on. It'll also cover your hair. Okay. I won't make fun of your hair anymore, I promise. Even with messy hair, you are still extra handsome, so it shouldn't worry you. Now come on, let's go walk around. Isn't this a nice escape? I know this festival is being held in our honor, or something like that. But as long as nobody knows that, we have nothing to worry about. Listen to everything around us. Just close your eyes for a second, okay? Do you hear that? The laughter of children as they run around the plaza. The parents chasing after them. Slightly annoyed, but even more joyful.
The awkward laugh of the young girls on a date with the gentleman their parents set them up with. All the different reactions to some street food from some random country that nobody's visited. All of it. Isn't it so much more pleasant than the empty sounds of the palace? This is freedom. This is happiness. These are the sort of moments I want to see with you. These moments are even more beautiful with me. Thank you for listening to me. Most nobles hit me with the privilege and duty of being the crown princess, and I even do so as much as mention my thoughts, but as I've always known, you aren't the average noble. Yes. I can only imagine how hard that must have been for you. As you said, your father let you grow up learning about the world for yourself. So, I can only ever imagine how difficult the transition to just being the Duke himself must have been. Locked away in a room, being able to help the world, but not being able to touch it. I guess the both of us were in need of a little break. Don't you agree? Oh! Do you hear that? Yes, fireworks! Come on, I know of a hill we can watch them on. Come sit. We'll have a much better view from here. Fireworks really are beautiful. Thank you. Apparently, fireworks were first created in another country called Perusna. The queen had asked for a way to celebrate the defeat of their long-term enemy, the necromancer, and soon enough the royal mage came up with these, fireworks. Perusna apparently calls them hero sparks. The queen wanted to ensure that the hero who had saved them would always be remembered. Why are you so quiet? This story seems familiar, you say. Well, it is one known wide and well. You may have heard it come out of someone's mouth before, other than mine. What is it? Well, I'm just thinking, I guess. At this time tomorrow, we'll be married, won't we? How can you be so calm? I'm actually getting married tomorrow. It's kind of funny if you think about it. How? Well, it's just that as a young girl, I'd always believed that I would marry a prince that I fell madly in love with, and we would ride off into the sunset, on horseback of course. But now here I am, not exactly living that fantasy, but I don't really think I regret it. Why? Well, I actually don't think I know that one. Maybe it's because, for once, I'm actually excited for the future. Don't know what it all could hold. Don't know what troubles we'll be up against in the future. But at least I know that I'll be there with you.